Um, I have nothing planned out to say for this. This is my first interview. This is a big one. This is an important one. You will, throughout all these interviews lined up, within everything going on, see a lot of people I work closely with, and see a lot of people that I've done shoots with, and I've worked with in general, or who are around the area. And a big point of these interviews is to highlight the natural space in which people operate, and who they are as a person, not any facade or persona, or a name or a face that is not them. It's to get to know them, and to learn who they are behind the music and behind the scenes almost. So as of the first interview, welcome to Under the Sun Ultraviolet Media fucking interviews. Name in progress, but I think I'm going with that one. Let's introduce today's guest, Wake.
Yes, sir. Let's go, chat. What's good? How's it going, Hendo?
These questions. I'm doing pretty good. I've had a little bit of a slow day, I'm not gonna lie, but
yeah,
it'd
be like that. It'd be like that.
Pretty good.
I'm glad to hear.
It's a little. The structure of these questions is gonna feel a little bit weird, but we're gonna get through them.
Bro, go for it.
We're gonna get through them as we go. This is all a work in progress still.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Say less.
So introduce yourself. What's your name and where are you from?
My name is Wake. I'm from Cleveland area, suburb on the east side. That Willowick, that W. You know what I'm saying? That Wake. 8-a-day Wake. Yeah.
And then in your own words, or in your own opinion, what kind of music do you make?
That's a good one. I feel like I've been putting together a name for it ever since I really started making music. I don't think it necessarily has a name right now. It's just kind of that Wake shit, that Wake vibe to it. It's a lot of influences, depending on what I can do. I like to be as versatile as one can be, really. Influences all the way from classic rock, a lot of psychedelic prog rock, stuff like that, going into, honestly, today's day and age, modern day hip-hop, rap, big influences. XXX Tentacion and Juice WRLD were huge to me growing up. Kind of just blending as much as I can do, making it as unique as I can, as different as I can, yet being authentic. That's just my key, and whatever I can do to keep that growing. It's just that wake sound,
That's actually that's a perfect segue into the next two.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah.
Not only what got you, and what did get you into making music, and what were your biggest inspirations, like growing up? Not even just today, just as a kid.
Yeah, no, for sure. You said, what was the first part of the question?
What got you into making music, and what were your biggest inspirations growing up?
I don't even know what necessarily got me into making music. I used to take piano lessons, keyboard lessons as a kid. I took those for a few years, kind of did stuff on the side. I was just always super into music, and always had that dream goal, I want to be a rock star, I want to be that. Because I grew up a lot on, my dad's a boomer, you know what I'm saying? He grew up in the 60s, 70s, so I listened to a lot of that stuff growing up. Oh, biggest inspiration of growing up, probably Led Zeppelin was really, really big for me. Eagles, Beatles. When I was really young, I was super into the Beatles. I remember when I was probably 10 years old, 8 years old, walking around the block with my CD player and Queen's Greatest Hit CD, playing it on my fucking headphones, just going around singing it, performing it type shit. Out in the streets, out in the Willowick, for real.
Okay, so you've always had kind of a performative personality, I guess.
Yeah, no, I'd say so for sure. It's made more and more sense over the years, but it's been there.
Yeah, for sure. I see it now, especially. Why do you think it was Queen and the Beatles that spoke to you specifically? Was it because your family introduced it to you, or it was something that you vibed with naturally, or you just enjoyed the sound?
I feel like a little bit of both, but leaning more towards family introduced me. I feel like that's what I was presented with. I remember getting the Queen CD for Christmas one year, and then fucking yeah, just ran that up. You know, I was like, damn, this is some good music. I like it. I could listen to music on my own. I don't have to be in a like going to a radio, having to turn that on, listen to like whatever they have to offer. Yeah.
Yeah, and if was it always like the path of music was set in the future for you? Was that always your bright light, or did you ever think at any point in your life you were going to be doing anything else, working any kind of other jobs, or doing, wanting to be like a professional sports or a professional athlete or like an astronaut or something?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like parts throughout for sure. There has been different goals, ambitions of what I think a life could look like, possibly for me in the end. But as I got older and more mature, realized everything, just kind of what this all looks like, almost eliminates every other path except for this one. And it's funny we're kind of talking about this. This has been the energy that has been surrounding me the last couple of days a lot. So yeah, no, just flowing with it. I think like high school, so I went to Lakeland Community College for a couple of years, and I was going for my associates, but I was trying to originally I went there, I was going to do pharmacy, and then I was like, all right, let me get my business degree. I'm going to get my BBA, and then it kept like getting smaller and smaller, and the more I realized, the like more schooling I did, it's like this ain't my path, this ain't my route, and just kind of trying to grind outside of that, and yeah, working more and more on myself, my music after that, really.
You said you're getting into your associates. What specifically for?
So I was getting my Associate of Arts, and then I was gonna get bachelor's in business. So I was just kind of just I don't know what I was gonna do really. Now I think about it, just get a degree and go for it. Just that sort of what you do. You know what I'm saying? That's
Get the
what's
knowledge to do something, and then
yeah,
go
yeah.
from
Apply it
there.
to something somewhere, and figure it out along the way, and get by. But yeah.
And like aside from the traditional American kid pathway, go to college, get a job, work that, retire, have a
Hmm.
nice life, wife and kids, whatever it may be. I feel like that is very evident within who you are. Of like, you're hardworking and you're very dedicated, but at that point in your life, it seems as if you didn't necessarily like 100% for sure know what it is, but you still are working to get something and to apply yourself to something. And I think it's better than what some people can say for themselves.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Um, when you're creating music or you have an idea for a song, how does that usually come about? Like when is that? Where does that path start?
So I mean, honestly, a lot of the time we just be on some gag shit for real, for real. Gmom makes a beat. I'm like, that's just kind of dope. Let me hop in the booth, and then at that point, it's just for me, recording is very ritualistic. I take everything seriously. This is if this is my career, you have to. If this is my life, you have to take life seriously on any aspect. So I put myself into a very, mental state of mind where you can tap into energy for sure. Just transmutation from there. And then you walk out with hits. That's just some gag shit. And then people just be hopping on beats, tracks. Yeah, just like that.
It's a lot of big, creative collaboration here, especially, and throughout the so far, 10 minutes ish, you've been bringing up energy a lot and kind of making points of spirituality. If you could kind of give your viewpoint on that for the people who don't know, if you're comfortable with
Yeah, no, I mean, for sure, for sure. I'm just thinking what I can say. I feel like there's a million possibilities of infinite routes that you can go of what to talk about, speak upon. But honestly, end of the day, study your laws. It is no more simple than that. It is you know the workings of this universe, and you will achieve anything in life. And it's just align with yourself so that life aligns with you. Really.
yeah, and like again, for anyone who might not know you or anything like
Like,
that. Yeah, yeah. Would you typically call yourself like a more religious person or a spiritual person, or what that
so
means to you?
yeah, I would not consider myself religious necessarily, but I am extremely spiritual. In terms of that, one, I do just want to say I respect a lot of people's religions and opinions on theirs. Like I love having the open mindedness behind it. But for me, it's not necessarily one thing or another. It's just more the broader spectrum of all of it combined, because I like looking at certain religions and taking aspects away from them, and like certain ideas, beliefs, philosophies, and almost just like implying into my own sort of like what it feels to me. At the end of the day, people may ask, do you believe in God? I don't believe in necessarily God, but I believe in a God. You know what I mean? Like, that's, you know, really what it is all about. I think it's all tied to a large extent, and it's just that wake philosophy behind it, though, that's a little bit different than the norm.
Yeah, it's like there's obviously nothing wrong with attaching yourself to a specific name or belief or
Mm-hmm.
culture or whatever. Everyone's very different, and even within, there's different denominations and thoughts and beliefs within those things. But I think, you personally, you're very centered within your own energy and the energy that comes to you, and the things that you just feel and that you believe in, and there's no hate or discrimination against anything else. It's all just, there's something going on behind the scenes that you can't control, and it may not have a name or a face to you, but there is something,
Mm-hmm.
I guess, if that makes
Oh
sense.
yeah, easily so. In my opinion, I don't think necessarily humans know to. It's probably like tip of the iceberg at this point in
Yeah,
time. You know
yeah.
what I mean? I feel like humans as a whole are extremely young, especially with this technology, way of thinking, just everything. I think there's a lot more to uncover and discover. One to the everyday eye, let alone people who know a lot more than we do. I think there's a lot more to unearth, so to say.
Yeah, yeah. And it's all just keep an open mind and an open heart, and
Yeah.
allow yourself to listen and to get every perspective that you can and just learn from it. I think
Mm-hmm.
is the biggest thing. And then
100%. Flow with that positivity. Flow with that just outlook. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have to be closed. It doesn't have to be this. It doesn't have to be that. It just is. That's a big reason why I like to. It's just a good feeling to be kind of looking at it like that and just sit there. It doesn't have to be this. It doesn't have to be. You know what I mean?
just be open and learn. You
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
sit back and take in everything as it comes.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, Obviously, all of us here are starting out early, and we all have our own lives behind this. But so far within, it could be music, it could be your own life, it could be anything setting you behind this path. What do you think has been, a really big challenge for you so far?
Uh, Cleveland, man. We need to get this place popping. I need to. I honestly, yeah, maybe I just need to travel more, get out more. Biggest challenge is I feel like environment, location. I feel like we're very limited. And then leading into the next biggest challenge is being a aspiring artist. You know what I'm saying? Broke as fuck, boy. We trying to get them checks. Where them sponsors at? So I can't travel. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a little bit of a rut. So we making plays. We hustling out here, getting by, and making our fucking names put the fuck out there. You know what I'm saying?
Sheets, hit us up.
She's with a sponsor.
Yeah, definitely. No, an environment does make a lot of big differences in things. Like, especially, I get this from my dad a lot. We love watching comedy together, stand up comedy. Kill
Mm-hmm.
Tony is a big one in our house. Uh, and
That's funny. I can see that.
within a lot of people's environments, it's it's just another art form. They're
Mhm.
artists just the same as we are. Just their specifics are different, and they are also controlled a little bit by their environment. And a lot of people are moving out to Austin, Texas, because at the moment that's where the height of everything is in Austin. So in
Yeah.
Cleveland, while we do love the city, and while it'll always be a part of us, right now things just aren't the way we'd hope they'd be. In a sense,
Yeah.
we want to get started in making it a bigger scene in music, at least. And the love is there, the respect is there in Cleveland. You see it anytime you walk down there, any of the big events we have, or any of the great places that we
Uh huh.
have. you know
Everyone always showing love. It's very mutual here. We love to, spread that love and awareness of it as well too. And we, yeah,
and art in
get it
general.
back. Art, yeah, art in
art
general.
art is a big thing here, and in a lot of other cities too, but I feel like in Cleveland we have just a very special outlook on it, and we have a very very special and unique way of putting that out there, and sharing it with other people, and respecting others' art, and respecting our own art in
Yeah,
our own right.
yeah.
In your eyes, what would you say sets you apart from other artists or other musicians?
Um, damn. What sets me apart? Shit. Uh, if anything, the obvious, you got to go for it. The hair, the look itself. Not to get too egotistical or anything, but there is a physical sort of representation of my body that does not look like anybody else that I'm seeing in this game. So there's that. It's my sound. It's the authenticity. It's the genuine art. I think really what sets me apart 100% of the time.
Yeah, and I think that's a good way to look at it too, because aside from personal individuality, it's the way that we think and the way that we create. It's all different.
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh
all
yeah.
different. For you, what does a normal studio session look like?
Shit. Pull up to the spot. You know what I'm saying? 108 is where we at. If I'm in the mood, depending if I want to record myself, have an engineer record me. Uh, find a beat. Whether that's YouTube. End of the day, if we go YouTube route, we'll get that shit re-rocked. Know what I'm saying? Control Room Recording Studios. Um, if not, go through Gmon, Victory Monday Beats, Nice to See You Avery Beats, fucking Coach Beats. Know what I'm saying? The whole squad. Run it up and just make music. Depending, usually I'll make one song at the minimum. I like to finish my projects for the most part. But it usually goes for an hour or two recording, unless I book out like a day where I'm like, I'm trying to get like 5 songs done. Then it'll be a little different.
Yeah, getting them real work days. And I think going back to the what sets you apart. I think as a group, what sets us apart is a big part of it is we're all doing our own thing. If you look at anyone's music, I mean, Coach's beats, even just not even his rapping, like, is so different from what Gmon can do, and
Mm-hmm.
your rapping is so different from Avery, yet, and everyone else, Proto, and Apollo's in here all the time too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he makes very different music from everyone. Everyone has their own individual sense of what they want to do, and what they create. And although it may not at first seem very similar, it all comes together very well. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone has songs with each other.
Yep.
We all collaborate in a very very good way, and I think that's another big part of what sets us apart, not only as a group but as individuals, is we have so many viewpoints and so many styles, and things that we can pull from. Who would be your dream artist to collaborate with?
I ain't make it till I got a mixtape with Ski. Stokely, please hit me up. Your boy Wake.
It's a big one too. Hey, I'm saying this from behind the camera, but I'm saying this very intently. Jesse might be the biggest X fan I think I've ever met in my entire life. So I feel like that would be a huge one, especially because, you know, rest in peace.
R.I.P.
God help your
Jose.
soul. He has passed away a few years ago, many years ago. So Ski would be a really big one, especially someone coming up with him, and growing up with him. making music in a very similar way together?
Yeah, all of that music hits different for me. Members only, very rare. All of it from the start. I've always been, following. That was my, era. I graduated in 2016. That was my shit. I was bumping that shit. So like, uh, it was very much aligned with my path. That's why I'm very inspired by him and within my career in music. He and then X was just a big inspiration. It would mean a lot. Yeah.
I feel like
No, for sure.
that's your dead or alive artist, I guess.
Why you gotta put me in a position like that? Like, no, I'm not gonna, because I have a lot of older inspirations. Is my thing.
I was gonna say we going Bonzo, Robert Plant, we going X, we going shit, literally anyone from the Beatles.
Wait, 1 second, bro. 1 second. This shit's on fire in the microwave.
Oh,
Wait.
that's a crazy one. Back to so your dream collaborator alive right now would be
Aliens are in the ocean. Yeah, dream collab. I wouldn't even call it a dream collab. I'd say more of, I know it's along my path. I'm calling it right now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
putting it out to the universe.
Yeah, no, it's a goal, but it is also a manifestation at the end of the day. And a reference. Juice World, I forgot when he tweeted like, I ain't make it till I got a tape with Future.
Yeah.
And then he had a tape with Future like, a few years after that. World on Drugs. Catalyst, yeah, no, for sure.
For that too. I don't think it probably would have happened at some point.
No, this bitch gonna come out in a few years and then be like, what? They're like, hey bro, I've been telling y'all.
Yeah, you doubt now. You'll see. We'll see. We'll all see. I think dead or alive musician would be a big one too. If
I think that I would personally, cause Jim Morrison would be really, really good. X, Jase, Dwayne, Ricardo, Onfroy. Call me biggest X fanboy out of Northeast Ohio.
I respect the Jim Morrison pick too, by the way.
I mean, obviously, would have loved to have met Juice WRLD. I was lucky enough, I'm grateful that I was able to see him in concert. 2018, he came to the Agora in Cleveland. Fucking
great spot, by the way, too.
Yeah, bro, crazy event. And you know what's even crazier? I'm 90% sure that he said Greggy was either tied in or put on this show that when Juice WRLD came, Greggy Westside. Mm-hmm. And it was Juice WRLD, YBN Cordae, and Lil Mosey.
Okay. Yeah.
It was a crazy lineup. In 2018, dog.
That's insane, bro.
Oh my.
Those are like some, like, you could probably ask anyone at that time, like top 5 or top 10 favorite artists, they'd all be on.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, that was that shit. I bought that ticket for $35, dog. Greatest concert of my life.
On a note with the price of the ticket, one of my biggest inspirations is Nirvana, Kurt Cobain, especially.
That would be a good one.
And there's a famous interview clip where it was they were asked like, how much do you sell your tickets for? And it's like $10-15.
Yeah.
They were the biggest band in the world at the time. They're doing shows from the United States to Japan, like everywhere. And they're like, did you know Madonna sells her tickets for like $50 or $80? And they all like flipped their shit. They were like blown away that Madonna was like overcharging at the time. Especially, dude, think about it now. Not to name names, Taylor Swift selling tickets for like $500 to $1,000. You know what I mean? $500 to $1,000 is a lot.
That's a lot of money. No, even when you're given that position, I don't know. Like, yeah, I understand it's a whole making money thing, but that don't align with me all like that. I'm more of that Kurt Cobain route for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into music making, behind the scenes and at a show. But I think $1,000 is a little much,
steep,
especially for a sold out stadium that fits 50 to 80,000 people.
Yep.
Which I mean, dude, you could sell tickets for $50.
Bro, they make millions in ticket sales alone, let alone merch sales, streams, food, everything, bro. Anything and everything they're making money off.
All that, dude.
Capitalism at its finest.
That's definitely a big one. So the fact that you were able to get a Juice WRLD, Lil Mosey, who was it? Who was the other one?
YBN Corday.
YBN
So
Corday,
Corday.
sorry.
Yeah.
Fact that you were able to get that ticket for $35, you know, especially what you were in high school at the time,
No, I was a couple years out. That was 2018. So
2018.
I was 19 at the time.
So you were in Lakeland at the time too.
Yeah.
You know, even at community college, shit still costs good amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, being able to do that and seeing artists that you aspire to so much is like that's a big thing, and I think that's a lot of artists can take a lot of inspiration from that. Like, make it available to people. Young Blood said something about that, where his festival is like a little bit on the cheaper end. Mm-hmm. So he can.
I like Young Blood a lot. I'd love to meet him one day. High key.
Same. Yeah. He is a big inspiration of mine too. I like what he's doing, especially ties to Ozzy.
I don't even know his music all like that. I just seen him and just see his character and what he represents as a person, even before his connection with Ozzy. But especially with that.
That's just a cherry on top.
No, for sure.
Oh, hold on.
I don't know what I was saying. It's just something about Young Blood, but he's just. Yeah, I fuck with his energy, his vibe, what he has to, how he represents an artist and like humans in general.
Just him as a person. I've seen a lot of interviews with him, and he definitely aligns with a lot of people, especially that I know or even in the studio. He's a very nice person, very down to earth.
His one where I know you know this clip, where he's in the street and the girl's crying. She's like, "Your music saved my life." He's like, "No, my music did not save your life. You saved your own life. My music was the soundtrack."
Yeah.
Bro, I literally got goosebumps thinking about that.
You said that, and I was like,
yeah. That's that shit. Like, that's what, very much aligned.
That hit me a lot, too, especially as someone like, you know, we, as humans, we go through hard shit. And for me personally, you know, I've used music a lot to help me cope and to learn even, too, and take inspiration from these artists and who they are. Not only on stage, but as a person, you know, that's a big thing. And for him to be saying that, especially in our day and age where a lot of issues are happening and going on, you know, that's a big thing. And it's a big thing for a person even to think, especially someone with his platform and his reach. I think it's very healthy.
1,000%. Yeah, he's really, really big in the UK.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how big he was in the UK. It's funny because not many people know about him. Like,
well, he is from the UK.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's
but yeah, still, I didn't realize necessarily like how big he was in his own country.
Yeah,
fucking huge.
If you can,
G-Man, what is going on over here?
If you can,
only at CtrlRoom Recording Studios.
What would be either your current or growing up top 3 favorite albums of all time? So that's a big one.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go 2 separate categories here. One, I'll just go like old and then new. Okay. Mm-hmm. So top 3, any order? Do you need it in order?
No, you can. I mean, if you want to do an order, you can. If not, just top 3 in general. I know that is a
There's
hard
some
thing.
banger albums, and I might get called out for picking sort of mainstream picks here, but I'm gonna have to go Dark Side for sure. It's just the most like well put together album, bro. Don't get me wrong, Pink Floyd has a lot of other good albums. Wish You Were Here, Animals, everything, bro. I like a lot of their older stuff too. I can't think of Adam Hart. What album is that on? It's the one with the cow on it.
Oh yeah, no, hold on. I'll look that up real quick.
Maybe is the album name?
No, you're on the right track. I don't know. I don't remember the
like
name
there's
of
a
it
lot
either.
of big
You're definitely on the track,
influential albums from that. I'd have to pick something from Zeppelin. Either 1 or 4 interchangeably. I'm not gonna lie.
Adam Hart Mother.
Adam Hart Mother is the okay. Yeah, that's like shit like that. I wouldn't put that in the top 3, but
it's definitely a big one.
It's a good one. Dark Side. Zeppelin 1 or 4. Low-key, I'd go either or for it. 1 is the greatest debut album ever to exist. Who comes out as your first song ever to be like, someone goes like, who's Led Zeppelin? I'm gonna go buy this. This is some new music that's just out. Goes put it on. First song on the first album, A-side, Good Times, Bad Times. You hear that?
Oh my God, Bonzo. That's one of my biggest inspirations too. As a drummer, dude, Bonzo, couldn't like you can't. There's nothing to add. There's nothing to fix.
Down out.
Perfect. Like that fucking
Down
cowbell.
out.
You hear that? Ding 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 ding.
Yeah.
Ding.
In
Dude.
the days of my youth,
Yeah,
I was
dude.
told on. Yeah, bro, that's so.
Especially like at the time, you hear Dazed
For
and
the
Confused,
time is crazy. Babe, I'm gonna leave you. Shout out my project, New Home, bro. Like that's. I was actually listening to that song today. Now that we say that, bro, that album, it doesn't get better than that for like someone's first album, especially for that day and age, bro.
I don't think anyone would be able to top that for their debut album.
Mm-mm.
Like you hear Dazed and Confused at the time, especially with the climate of not even the UK, the entire world, and how people are, and they're very set in their ways at that time, and it was very, very like what is old fashioned to us now. You hear Dazed and Confused, even that opener, you know, that heavy thunderous bass, and then throughout the song you get heavier and heavier and heavier and metal and more rock and roll and just like noise. It from you know what
it defies reality for the time. Really,
it really does. It made a boom that I don't think anyone else can recreate.
Yeah,
especially now.
Yeah. 4. Honestly, in Zeppelin, there's just no skips on their albums up until you hit Coda. I mean, Coda's good and everything. Don't get me wrong, but it's just a little different. You know what I'm saying?
You got to be in like the mood to listen to that.
Yeah. But like 4, bro, it's absolutely legendary. It speaks for itself. Stairway, 4 Sticks. I'm trying to think. I can't even think what's on the album right now. Kind of lacking. Chat's gonna call me a fake, a poser, but swear, bro, swear on my life, I got Zeppelin on my been since I was 18 years old. Know what I'm saying?
Shout out Bowie too.
Yeah, shout out Bowie. Shout out. Like, see, that's an honorable mention. I would put Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. And yes, that is the full album name. Yeah. So yeah, chat, suck my dick.
You gotta know that if you got it tatted on your forearms.
Exactly. But this is the Aladdin Sane album cover. That is a really good honorable mention. That favorite Bowie song, probably Moon Age Daydream. Shit, I'm getting off track. But all right, third album, Sgt. Pepper's.
Oh,
Sgt. Pepper's.
I like that. That's a good pick. That's a good lineup.
Yeah,
that's a really good lineup.
I feel like there's a couple ways I could have went. Yeah, but no, I'm gonna have to give that to it's a very, very well put together album. Like, it's just start to finish, like, type of album that it's just like pleasing to listen to.
Can't stop. That's how I feel with Dark Side,
like,
especially.
Like, you don't shuffle that bitch. You play it.
You can't shuffle
song 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 and run that down. Yeah,
that's one of those things you can't shuffle. I mean, those
really good listen.
Albums, like that's what I love, and like, you know, big inspirations, especially. Ooh, here's a good one. Do you have any guilty pleasure artists or songs?
Guilty pleasure. Shit. Songs, maybe? Bro, to be honest, I low-key only really listen to my music. Besides, like, if I'm listening to Spotify, or might throw on, like, Extra Juice and, like, leave it at that. That's pretty much in my main shuffle. You know, just other newer stuff I got. I wouldn't say I really have a guilty pleasure. Maybe sometimes it's dipping into something. I don't listen to like a lot of the older stuff more consistently as I listen to, you know, newer stuff. So maybe that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you'll hear me playing some like the most obscure song from like 1967 like protest war music. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Oh, I mean, you could say the same. Like,
but yeah, that's just the deep cut niches. I don't know. Probably not.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I get it, and you're very set in the things that you do enjoy, which is very admirable, you know, in a person. As of your projects, what is your favorite and least favorite, either song or project in general?
Favorite and least favorite, jeez.
At the time too, we gotta date this.
No, for sure. A couple ones I really like. Old Home. It's just so that song, that day, that recording, everything. I was able to perform that at, when I was at No Class, was very good. I don't know, it was just very, that one means a lot to me. Also songs like, I don't know. I make too much music to be honest with you. Probably. All right, let me think of some bad, quote unquote, bad projects that I don't fuck with all like that.
Yeah, maybe now you've kind of grown out of it a little.
Bro, I mean, if anything, it's just music that I used to make before. Just like how I've grown as an artist, like how I've gotten better. Like, you know, when I first started making music, my shit wasn't all like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's still growing every single day, and it's only gonna get better and that all that. But like,
Peep, create and evolve.
low
Also,
key, I've had some shitty projects
I mean,
over the years, as does every artist though.
not even artists in like music either. Artists in
Mhm.
general. Like
Mhm.
everyone grows and creates and gets
Mhm.
better. Like there's the value and the quality of everything will always grow.
I wouldn't say I have anything too like goofy though. That's the thing. Like,
We'd have to point to Avery for that one, the Baltimore freestyle.
yeah.
But I think
Shout out,
that's his child. I think he's in love with that one.
shout out W dot.
Shout out W Dot. We love you very much. We just did photo shoot pictures and everything coming soon. Y'all will see.
Y'all will see.
Get to our closing questions here. What do you feel is your purpose?
I don't think anybody's purpose is one thing or another. Um, I think there's a highlights foundation structure to mine for sure that ties into my music, to my sound, my image. It ties into my message a lot though. I know I'm here to help spread messages, help heal, help transmute energy. I'm here to do more than what the normal quote unquote societal life is supposed to look like. That's very much aligned within my path for sure.
Create and change.
Create and evolve.
Create and evolve.
Create, change is always creating, always leveling up yourself physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially, anything, all the above. For real.
Yeah. If you could tell a story of something that you have enjoyed so far in your career and in music.
I think a fun one was, okay, this is a good one. When we went to the Freshie show, the first time this was my first Freshie concert. I never met the guy. He's super cool. Shout out Fresh Splat. Avery been known him a bit, and we went to his show. Just pop out of love. But it was funny. They were going backstage to the green room, and we were trying to plot all night how to kind of make our move in there, say what's good, doing whatever. But then they're all pulling us in the green room. They're like, yeah, Freshie's like, yeah, y'all can come in, like you're good, like I know you're with Avery, And but they were getting weird with how many people were getting in there, and Freshie was like, nah, like make sure they good. If they got a camera, they good. So remember, someone passed me a camera, and then Coach had his camera. Avery gave me his camera. He left, and then we got in there and we turned up like crazy. Did the little pregame in the recording studio. They had a little studio at the spot there. It was pretty lit. We got turned up with Freshie. Went crazy. Your brother was in there going crazy with the VHS camera in the mosh pit.
He showed me. He was so excited about that.
Yeah.
He came back literally night of and was like digitizing the footage.
Mm-hmm.
He was showing me. He's like, dude, look at all this fucking crazy shit, dude.
No,
shit's so awesome.
No, that was it was very surreal. And then I was going crazy raging in the mosh pit after. Before that, we were getting in the music video for Super P, bro. No, Avery throwing Avery in the sky. That was a good that was a good night for sure.
That was a good one. I feel like
after party got G-Mon in the club.
I feel like an honorable mention too would be Spider Studios.
Spider Studios.
That's more of a recent one for sure.
I put my show up there for sure.
That was it was a very chill night, but I feel, at least for me, was a very surreal experience.
Mm-hmm.
And was something that like it's just a taste of what's to come. Like this is getting us ready, I feel.
Oh, 100%. It's all preparing. It's all part of the vision, the goal, the
brain scheme.
Yeah. It's all about that. I don't know. It's different.
It's actually a good one. Transitioning into our next question, where would you like to go with your career? I mean, what would be the end goal or the vision as of right now?
Off rip, not an end goal. I don't think there's ever an end. You know, life is always continuing. The only constant in life is change. Things are always going to be constantly changing and evolving. So at that point, it's more of I see myself continuing to grow as a human being, as a soul, as a artist, as a musician, as someone who creates and thrives off of creation and is able to spread messages, awareness, image, whatever that is across the world. Honestly, through my music, through my teachings, I want people to be aware within themselves as well. I'm not just here for myself. I'm here for something much, much bigger than me. Wake might be really, really big, but the message is much bigger, for sure.
I like that a lot, and I like your views on there is no ending. Even death hits us all, but
even after physical death of the body, like we go on. There's like the energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Like it's going to be transferred, transmuted into something else, and it's just going to keep going.
Yeah, the law of conservation of energy goes a lot further than just what we think and what we know of regular electricity.
Oh yeah.
And, that's
shout out. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it.
No,
I don't want to watch lists yet.
And that's about it. You have your space. If you want to promo or talk to the audience or say anything, give your last remarks. Any projects coming up, especially anything big going on right now. You have your time. Just go ahead.
Yeah. I just want to say thank you to Ultraviolet Media, Hendo, the fucking GOAT, for setting up this interview, giving me your time, let me speak, ask some honestly really dope ass genuine questions, and I liked it a lot. Everyone, shout out CtrlRoom, GAC, follow me, social media, 888 Wake, 888 Wake Control on TikTok, 888 Wake on Instagram. My music is everywhere. Newest drop, Wake and Dot, run that up, keep running that up.
That's a good
I got Burial Ground coming out soon. Hopefully the next couple weeks I'll have it out, probably the first week of September. Get on that, and then we just gonna keep working, keep moving, keep grinding. If y'all don't know Control, if y'all don't know Wake yet, sooner than later you will. Sorry, not sorry.